So I am so super excited for this yarn that just came in the mail. It was supposed to come yesterday, and then it got postponed to today, and I was really bummed. And then when it finally got here, I was leaving, and I wanted to open it so bad. So there is a Bernat yarn that just came out called Cotton Terry. So it's supposed to be like a terry cloth. And I love the feeling of terry cloth, the towels, you know. I think because growing up, I spent so much time at the swimming pool and everything. It was just cozy and comforting. When it would get cool at night, we would just take our towel and we'd cover up with it and cuddle into our towel. So I love that feeling. Well, my youngest son does too. So when I told him I was buying this, he wants me to make something for him too. So I bought it on Amazon because I'd get the free shipping and it would get here faster than if I ordered it from Yarnspirations. And it's still the same price per skein, but you have to buy 3 skeins. And so I was thinking about making a tank top for the summer, and the amount of yarn I needed was more than 3 skeins, so I bought 2 packs. So hopefully, if this works out properly, I'll have enough for the tank top I want, and then my son wants me to make him a muscle burrow hat that he can wear when he gets out of the shower because he's got really long hair, and he likes to put his hair in a hat after the shower to like soak it up. So let's see. I got green, of course. You know, I like the green. So here are my 2 packages. And it has that look, that initial look at it. It has that terry cloth look. And it did online too. But the trick's going to be if it's going to feel that way. And it's supposed to be a worsted weight, which it looks like. And I'm trying to give you information before I actually touch it. Where was the... I don't think it was 100% cotton. I think it had something else. Where's 47% cotton, 32% acrylic, and 21% nylon. So it's not a full cotton, but it does have cotton in it. I think I need to use the scissors. Okay, here we go. Ooh, it does. Oh my gosh. It's got that terry cloth feel to it. Oh my goodness. I'm in love. It has that. Oh, look, and look. It's a center pull that's right there. Look at that. Ah! Oh, bonus. Oh my gosh. This is so nice. If you like terry cloth, then you know what I'm experiencing right now. This is awesome. That is going to feel so good as a top. Now they have a number of different patterns and they've got some tank tops, but I'm not a big fan of the ones they have. So I have been looking on Ravelry and I've saved a few. So let's see. I didn't want to make a final decision until I had the yarn in hand, make sure it was what I was expecting. Let's see, Ravelry, where are you? Log in. Okay, so these are some that I have been saving, and I think these first couple were worsted. Let's see. Yeah, this one's a worsted weight called the Kai by Amy Christophers. I don't know if I said that right, but I think this one's really cute, and I think it would work really well with this yarn. I think it would be really pretty in this yarn. Let's see, this one was also a worsted weight, And I think it's really pretty too. This is Ladies Swinging Summer Shell by Alyssa Barton. And it's a super cute one, but I think for this yarn, I like that other one. This one is also worsted, the Tulsa Tank by J.H. Walter. Another really cute one, but I think I still like that first one. What was this one? Was this? Yeah, this one's worsted. Silver Spring Tank by Jenny. This I think could look cute with this, but there's something about this one. I think I really like this one, and I think it would be really cute in this. Let's see if I can figure out how to use my computer. There we go. So it's got this little ribbing along the neckline and down here at the bottom like a garter stitch, and then the rest is stockinette. So it looks pretty simple, and considering the fact that I have not really done garments yet, I think this might be a good one to start with because it looks relatively basic, but I think it would also work really well with this yarn. It's an $8 download, and it says yardage is 876 to 1533 yards. So because we're going from a bust size of 32 up to 56, and I think I'm going to be right here around the 40. I don't know. Again, I have not done garments before, so I have not actually measured myself to do this yet. So this is going to be like a first time thing for me. But being in that mid range, I should be in the mid range up here as far as yardage goes. And this has 229 yarns in one ball, and I've got 6 of them. So I think I should have plenty of yardage, and then what I have extra, I can make for the hat for my son. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So I think I'm going to buy that pattern, and it's a knit pattern. Obviously, if you're a knitter, you figured that part out, especially when I was talking about stitches. But if you're not a knitter, it's a knit pattern, not a crochet pattern. Let's see, does it have what needles? Yes, needle sizes are US 6 and 7. I'm going to make that. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it with this yarn, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, right? Okay, I guess you'll just have to wait till the end of the video to find out how amazing it is. Yeah, I'm super excited. Let's see. Let's look at some of the basics on this yarn. The color is called Wetlands. So it's a number 4 worsted weight. Recommended size needle is a US 8, and the recommended size crochet hook is an H or 8. I told you what was in it. It's a 4.2 ounce, 120 gram, 229 yards, 209 meters. So Yarnspirations Bernat Cotton Terry. Free pattern on label. So the pattern that's here is on the label, which is called the Summer Days Top. Made in China. So we all know what that means when it comes to tariffs, right? Hopefully we don't have problems with this stuff, but we won't get into that. Okay, let's see. I am going to buy this pattern. I'm going to get all my supplies together, and I'm going to start to knit me a tank top. I'm so excited. Can you tell?
There is a little bit of a catch I can feel in this yarn with the little nibs. It's not bad, and you kind of get used to it after a while. The fibers don't catch. You can just feel the yarn. You can feel the texture as the yarn slides over itself. Otherwise, it's easy enough to work with. I was so excited to start this, and it's one of the first garments I've done. I'm usually not a gauge swatcher, but I was going to do it for this. I figured making a garment, I should do it. Yeah, well, I kind of forgot to do one, and I already have this whole section done. I really, really like the feel of this. This piece is the back. The piece I'm working right now is the front. And then we'll join and work in the round up because it has that little division on the sides. I think the way this top has worked that I should be okay. I didn't do the gauge swatch. I was taking this and wrapping it around. That should work. I should be about right. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes without any swatching involved. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get through this without any issues. Otherwise, I will be very, very sad. I would rather it be a little bit too big than too small.
I am about ready to divide for the sleeves, and this like absolutely looks huge. And if you remember, I did not check my gauge, but so it's a little bit longer, but I like my stuff a little bit longer. I'd rather it be a little longer than a little too short. So it should be right about here at the moment, which brings it, let's see, right here. So that's not that bad. That's where I'm at the moment. I'm still plugging along. I'm at that point where I just want to get it done. So I've used up, this is my third skein. So I'm about to start my fourth skein. And I just started the little decoration that's right at the neck. So I've got a couple more rows there, which then will divide for the sleeves, and then you have this narrow area. So I'm hoping that this last skein will be all I need for that. So I'm just gonna keep going. You may remember towards the beginning of this video that I said I forgot to do a gauge swatch. Yeah, well, I just divided for the sleeves. So I now have this on 2 needles, so I can really see the size of it. And it's kind of big. So it should be right here right now. And actually, if we're gonna do this, we'll do it right. This is the front, because there's the little patterning that's starting for the neck here. So should go right here. And there's where the other side ends. All the way around there. So if I do this, we can see it's not going to fit me. It would be super cute though if it did. Look at that. Look how cute that would be. But yeah, it's not going to fit me. So I have a couple options. One, I could just set it down and forget about it. Two, I could tear it all out and start over. Or three, I can make it for my sister-in-law because I already held it up to her and it would fit her. So I think it's going to end up being 3, and she's going to get this really cool tank top that I really kind of wanted, but yeah. So it's still going to get used. It doesn't have a whole lot left because I just have to do the back piece that comes up to here and then the straps here. So there's not a lot left, and I honestly, I think this will be enough to finish that. But make sure and do gauge swatches. Make sure and listen to your friends that tell you, even though you've already done this much, do your gauge swatch just in case. Because if you don't listen to them, you're liable to do this. So yeah, I'm going to keep going. It's still going to get finished. We're going to complete it. It's just not going to fit me in the end. I finished. Kinda. Sorta. Okay, not really, but this is it. So I already showed you how much bigger it was. So then I started working on these sleeves, and this pattern really kind of confused me. I would read ahead and I'd figure out things and go, okay, this is what they're meaning here. And then I was also trying to make sure that anything that had a measurement, I was adjusting for that larger size that this was now going to be. I still, if I had rows and stuff like that, I was still going by the same thing. But if it said, make sure it's this measurement, then I made sure it was the larger measurement for the larger outfit, shirt, tank top, whatever that I was making now. So in actuality, I should be over sizes. So I got to a certain point and it said, continue working in this fashion till your armhole measures 7.5 inches. Well, at that point, I was already at 10 inches, but I still had sets of decreases I needed to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep working until I'm actually got those decreases done, because this needed to narrow to the point that it matched up with the back. So I don't get the way some of this is bound off either. It just looks so hinky. So here's the bind off on the back strap. I mean, that just, and I followed the instructions. That looks like so, blah. And there's the other one. So it's got to even up to something there. The front ones are bound off straighter, but they're wider. I think. I mean, because like I said, I don't really know. I think you're supposed to wind up doing it right there. But that's not the worst part. Because see, all I had left is this needed stitched together, and then you picked up around the armhole and bound off around the armhole. But I don't care if this is going on me or my sister-in-law, who it's going on. Where these sleeves end is right here. So there's the neck hole. This is supposed to come all the way down to here. I'll put the picture of it up here. It's supposed to come all the way to here, and it comes to right here. And I know that's because you don't have that extra going to the 7.5 inches, but I would have no idea how far I would have had to have gone to get to this, considering the armhole was already at 7.5 inches. Let's see. The base of the armhole is right there. Right there. So that should be right there. See? If I made this where this would be where it's supposed to be right here, then the armhole would be way down here, way down there. Yeah, so that's not getting finished because I have no idea, even if I tore this back out, what I would need to do to fix it, because like I said, if I continue this up, which would bring it up higher, what was that I just said, like this much further, it's going to add that much to this armhole, and it's also going to mean the length of it would be that much longer, because as it is now, granted this is on me and not her, but it's not going to be that much different because she's shorter than I am by a few inches. So it's got to go over the belly a little bit, but it's still, I've got those couple inches in height. So right now, that brings it, so it's right here. So if I bring that down to where it should be, it's going to be a dress. Look at, there's my knee. Yeah, not going to work. So I don't know, haven't decided if I want to try and cut it apart. Not so much cut it apart, but you know, cut the knot here where it's bound off and then just undo things. for the yarn, or if I want to just like, I mean, I could sew the two ends and make a pillow. I could make a bag, but it would be very, very, unless I lined it with fabric, which I could do. You could line it with fabric and then it wouldn't be so bad. And you could actually, you could maybe use this to fold over and then have straps or something. I don't know. I'm going to do something with it. Yeah. So I had this much yarn left. Really should be in this, in a sense. As far as this yarn goes, I really like the yarn. It is slightly catchy because of the little nibs on it, and you don't have a big stitch definition because it's got that terry cloth look to it. And I'm just doing a itty bitty little swatch here with my crochet hook that we can pull out. I think I had to pull some out at one point. I think it's going to be one that you're going to want to pull slowly and not super fast because of those little nibs. But when you get a yarn like this, that's something you're going to kind of expect. I mean, when you've got so many little nibs on something, it's not going to be something that's going to pull out easy. It's like you're not going to buy an eyelash yarn and think it's going to pull out. It's that type of yarn just does. And I noticed too, even when I go to pull up a loop, you can see it. You can see that kind of catch as it does it. So you can kind of see that catch, but it's not that bad considering the kind of yarn this is. Granted, I just did that, and when it sits for a while, it's, again, that's what you're going to expect though with a yarn with so many little nibs on it. But the feel of it, it feels really nice. It has that terry cloth feel. It has that terry cloth look. I think it would look even better, honestly, if it had been a smaller needle. I think it was a 7 that was on most of it. So I am going to take what's left in those other 2 balls and this and make a muscle bear hat for my son. I will be using smaller needles for that, and I will put a little update about that in my vlog when I have that done. So stay tuned, and I will try and remember once that is out to link it down below. So if it's not linked though, it probably hasn't gone up yet. I do really like the yarn. So if you are willing to deal with the issues that you would know you would have with a little nibby yarn, then I think it's worth it. And I think this would be great if you're somebody who likes to make like the washcloths and the scrubbies and stuff. It would be great for that. I happen to just really like this feel, and I love this color. I'm so bummed because I really love this color. And I've been working on this for over a month now. If you're willing to work with that kind of yarn, it's a great yarn. Really nice. I can't say really anything negative about it because the few negative things would be completely obvious with a yarn like this. I like it. It's a good yarn. As for this tank, maybe it's just me being inexperienced when it comes to making garments. I don't know. If you've made this, let me know if you had issues with it, because yeah, this makes me definitely not want to try to make a garment again. And I have all this that I'm planning to spin that I want to make a cardigan with. And I'm really second guessing myself right now because this just makes me not want to. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure and click like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have you tried this yarn? Have you tried this pattern? I'd love to know your opinions. If you have any thoughts about what I did, let me know. And we'll see you all again soon.